Talk to us about how this relates to your farming background, because I believe it does relate to that mindset and that way with which you've both sort of grown up.
First, it's the difference between kind of the modern reductionist thinking, and opening your mind up to the fact that life is very complex and this universe is very complex. And so even in agriculture, we saw the same thing. You have your massive 1,000-acre farms that are input output. So I believe if I drive the tractor over it 4 times, I put these chemicals out, I put this seed in the ground, at the end I will get this product. And then the kind of farming that we were involved in, which is small scale, it's very high touch. We have people in the fields every day adapting to conditions in the field. Same thing on the sales side, right? Adapting to the market conditions, not being beholden to commodities contracts, those sorts of things. And so when we flipped over to development, it was the same thing. It's why put ourselves into a commodity bracket? Why build the same homes in the same format that everyone else is? Why be on the supply side of the equation? Why not be on the demand side? Why not create something that is so desirable to so many people, not everyone, but to many people, that they had to come? And so, we look at this as this giant complex web, and I think this image kind of shows that this is only 235 acres, which for Houston is a small development. But when you look at this, we have a complex street system, we have complex green linear parks, we have farm integrated in with commercial spaces, as well as over at our amenity lake. We're designing our amenity lake as an ecosystem and putting in wildlife habitat, digging it deeper than most people in our area would, to create those natural cycles so that it can be a healthier lake. So really just both working with nature, but then also viewing this whole thing as a natural system, and making one decision in one place can impact many other places throughout the community as well. And so that requires really careful consideration as we make decisions.
It's also the belief that everything is connected. So we just believe, where there was a chance for us to disconnect a component or a part, we've chosen to connect it. So, we know that, for instance, to the south of us, there will be some sort of development happening in some framework. And so we've made, a potential connection point, and where we thought was a smart and, useful connection to that neighborhood. And it's like, we don't know, we have no clue what's happening there, but we do know that something's going to happen, and that if we design it in a way that makes sense, that those connection points will be a benefit or accretive to our project, and probably to the project to the south, right? And so, that's a fundamental belief. I mean, we view sort of even the types of homes and what we're choosing to do, from a rental or from ownership standpoints, like those are also choices that we want people to explore in a way. So, this is a holistic ecosystem. We've looked at aging in place and all sorts of other frameworks. And so that's part of the ecosystem, is that things are of the nature to change. Where it makes sense, we've tried not to put restrictions on that potential future change. And a lot of the times we're not going to be around for changes, 15, 20 years down the road. I mean, hopefully we have some influence as a team, but so that is the ecosystem, is in my mind, at least, is this living and breathing system. And we're trying to frame it in a way that makes sense for a long term.